even when I don't have a lot of time in the kitchen, one of the best ways I can set myself up for an easier week ahead is to do a batch prep. And that basically means just washing and chopping some fruits and veggies so that I have them ready to use. So today I'm gonna show you how to do that in 30 minutes or less, and then also some easy ways to use up those prepped items. But first I wanna show you what we got in our produce box this week that we are going to be prepping. This is something that we've actually recently subscribed to, and I am so excited about it because it is actually saving us money. So it's basically produce that would otherwise be thrown away, and so you get it at a lower price than it would be at the grocery store, and they deliver it right to your door. So if you are in the Greater Toronto area, I highly recommend checking them out. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just really love this company, and I have actually been waiting for a service like this to come to Toronto. I know that there's one already in the US. I'll link that one down below as well in case you guys want to check it out if you are in the US. But I'm all about saving money and reducing waste, so it just feels like a win-win. And with that, let's get to prepping. So besides this haul, I also had some carrots and watermelon to use up, and we're just gonna start by washing and chopping everything. Now, if your lettuce is looking a little bit less than fresh, you may have seen me do this hack before, but essentially you can refresh it by just letting it soak for about 20 minutes in very cold water. You can even add in an ice cube to speed up the process. And so just let that soak, your lettuce will be revived, and you can go ahead and wash the rest of your veggies in there as well. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and chop everything and add it into my Tupperware. And I did plan out a couple different chopping styles for these veggies, just depending on how I plan to use them. And then halfway through, I just needed a quick drink. This hibiscus tea is so refreshing. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it down below. And as you can see, our lettuce is fully revived. It looks totally back to new, perfectly green and crisp. Now, I used to be really intimidated to cut a watermelon, but I find this method is actually super easy. So if you're a little bit unsure about cutting watermelon, I suggest trying this way. You're essentially just cutting it into long strips, which of course make it really easy to eat as is, but it's also really easy to cut the rind off this way. And then I'm just starting a couple batches of sprouts. These are super easy to grow at home. All you're going to need is a couple jars and something to cover them. I'm just using a couple pieces of cheesecloth, which I wash and reuse all the time. And so essentially all you need to do is give your seeds a quick rinse, drain out the water, and then fill your jar with fresh water and let those seeds soak for about 4 to 6 hours. And then at that time, you will drain the water again and then just let them sit on your counter. You don't need to do anything with them. Just go ahead and rinse them every day, twice a day until they're ready, which should only take about 4 or 5 days. So now everything is prepped and ready to go. Of course, we have our sprouts. Like I said, these are just gonna sit soaking for about 4 to 6 hours before draining them and letting them sit and grow on the counter. We of course have our cut watermelon, which is perfect for snacks. We are so much more likely to eat it when it's actually cut like this and ready to go. Just some chopped carrot and celery. This was kind of just the leftover pieces, but these are perfect. They can go straight into the freezer. You can use them later for soups or stews, or you can even just add them into something like lentils next time you cook them, and it'll add a little boost of flavor and of course nutrition. I have been getting so many cucumbers lately, so I've been doing a lot of cucumber salads. I'll actually be showing you guys one of them later on in this video. This is just our carrot, bell pepper, and cabbage mixture already chopped and ready to add into stir fries, which I'll also be showing you later in this video. And then just some celery for snacking. I have this stored in water that will help keep it fresh and crisp for a couple weeks. And then of course you can see our romaine is beautiful and vibrant and back to life now. So I just store the leaves whole wrapped in a tea towel. If you haven't seen that storage trick yet, I will link that video down below. So now what are we gonna make with all this prepped produce? Let me show you some simple meal and snack ideas. So as you guys saw in the produce box, we got a couple avocados. These are super easy to make into a very quick morning breakfast, and they go perfectly with these tomatoes. These tomatoes are delicious. I feel like summer tomatoes always taste better. So I'm just toasting up a couple slices of the olive loaf that I got from Costco. And then of course adding our avocado, some everything but the bagel seasoning, and our tomato. And this makes the perfect little breakfast. For lunch lately, I've been having noodle salads. These are just already soaked rice noodles. They have not been cooked yet, but they are so easy to cook. All you need to do is add them to a bowl, pour some boiling water on top, and let them sit for a couple minutes until they're soft. Drain, and then of course rinse with cold water to stop them from cooking. And then we're just gonna build our salad. I'm taking out a couple handfuls of that romaine, chopping that up, adding it to the bowl with some bell pepper, cabbage, and carrot from that stir fry mix, some of our cucumber, the rice noodles, some seitan that I actually just defrosted from the freezer, a vegan fish sauce dressing, and a couple different kinds of mint, which are totally optional, but they do give this salad a nice little boost of flavor. Oh, and of course, some crushed peanuts or cashews. This salad is so easy to put together, and it is so delicious. For snack, we have been having just our cut up watermelon or even some of the grapes. These both make perfect afternoon snacks. If you have excess cucumber, I highly recommend this Sunomono salad. All you're gonna need is some rice vinegar, a tiny bit of soy sauce, and maple syrup, and that's pretty much it. You can also add some sesame seeds and togarashi if you wish. And I'm also adding a sprinkle of seaweed on there as well, but these are all optional. It's really delicious with just the rice vinegar, soy sauce, and maple syrup. Of course, I will leave this full recipe in the description box down below. And then I was inspired to make some japchae because I already had these sweet potato noodles in the pantry that I've actually had for a little while and needed to be used up. And once those are boiled, go ahead and just drain and rinse them with cold water, again to stop them from cooking further. This dressing is super simple as well. It is just soy sauce, sugar, sesame oil, and sesame seeds. And then for the stir fry veg, I'm just doing a little bit of onion and bell pepper, and then our cabbage and carrots, and then just adding in a bit of green onion at the end of that as well. And this one's so easy and versatile. Use whatever veg you think sounds delicious in this noodle dish. And then once you've added all your veggies, go ahead and add your dressing, and you can serve this hot or cold. Now, if you want the recipe for that delicious, refreshing summer hibiscus tea that I was drinking earlier to go with all these recipes, you're gonna wanna watch this video right here. And with that, let's eat plants, and I'll see you guys next time.